I work with countless repair shops on a daily basis and don't see the majority of the items requested by Nylund's on other shops' estimates. This tells me they are not required to fix the car properly. So there's your definition of what's necessary to fix a car and what's not, so that they can save money.
You're going to lose a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Hello?
Thousands. If I got a letter like this, I'd be drilling a hole in the ceiling. I'd be so mad. Calm down. These people, they know not what they write.
But they know exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Airing of Grievances. I'm Eric Reamer. This is Robert Grieve, and it is very nice to have you along with us. If you are visiting us for the very first time, you've not found our channel prior to this, we want to say a special welcome to you. If you see something you like, we'd appreciate it if you would give us the thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that they should share the content with other people, and it makes it relevant to them. And subsequently, if you are one of our regulars, our family.
God bless you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
We're so grateful, and thanks for showing
Even you,
up.
John.
All right, there's about 6 Johns going, is he talking to me? All right. So with that being said, happy Saturday to you.
To you, my dear friends, thank you so much for tuning in.
Absolutely. Now, we got a hot contested situation here.
This is a daily basis.
Yeah.
This is a daily basis.
But it's stuff that you don't know.
Right, and we want to prepare you. And again, you know, we do these videos for the consumer.
Right.
Just to help you, you know, manage the potholes in the road of getting your car repaired properly.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, I try to bring real life situations so that, you know, here's a letter.
Yeah.
Say insurance.
Yep.
You know, people, it's a traumatic thing to have an accident to begin with.
Sure.
That's only the beginning today.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be this way, but everybody is scratching and clawing at every friggin' penny.
Yeah.
And trying to hold on to it with everything they can. And
yeah, the real damage could actually be coming in the mail.
The beginning of it. Here's a nice letter from Say Insurance, which is a product of Shelter.
Sorry, you used the word nice. That is a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the one you were searching for.
And basically, this is a letter, important auto repair information, and it is 2 pages of what we don't pay for, and if you want it, you'll have to pay for it. So
set the stage here first. Set the stage. The person who received this letter,
yeah,
was the victim of
somebody hit them.
Somebody
and they
else.
have
Say Insurance.
Say Insurance. And just to make sure that, you know, the insurance feels bad for you or some sort of remorse in some way that this happened, and no, here's a whole bunch of if you want OEM parts, that's fine, but if we think that aftermarket will do, that's all we'll pay for. You can pay the difference. Don't sign anything because those documents aren't going to obligate us.
Right. And by the way, we're not done investigating. We're not even sure we're going to pay any of it.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah. It's don't let them take it apart until we get to look at it first. Even though pretty much nobody's coming out to look at vehicles first.
No.
So it's another letter of a whole bunch of stuff that we're not going to pay for, but you can take it any place you want. But if somebody charges you something that we don't like, then you have to pay for it.
Yeah, we're not paying for it.
So
they are obligated by law to say that you can take it anywhere you want.
that is a law.
And yet, here's the truth: if and we're going to talk a little more about this, if you take your car to a shop that has a DRP, that's a direct repair partnership or program, with an insurance agent, say insurance,
Say.
then none of these issues are ever mentioned, because the shop has to do what the insurer says.
Yes.
No pun intended. And so
It doesn't work out well for you.
it doesn't. It never works out well for you. All right.
It doesn't work out well for you.
They got another email.
Yeah, they got an email because, we provided a free estimate, and we took photos and sent them in to them, and we did all their work for them,
Yeah.
and they're not happy. So, the first thing you want to do if the insurance company says we're not going to pay for something, let's just say the estimate is $5,000 and they say we're only going to pay $3,000, you should ask them for a line by line what they are denying.
Okay.
And
enough,
he provided that.
he did.
Ish.
However, interestingly enough, just off the top of this letter, the greeting to the letter.
Yeah, the very first paragraph right after hello.
No. Let's start with hello. Not hello, insert name here.
Nope.
This is a template. This is a form letter.
Well, it can't be a form letter because they
Well-
have our name in it.
He filled in the blanks, but the gist of it, what I'm trying to say is, they don't care about this person.
No.
It's just business.
No, it's just hello.
Yeah.
And then it starts with, so this is the insurance company or the person that hit this person.
Right.
There is zero remorse.
None.
Zero remorse for the inconvenience, the fact that your asset has been damaged,
Or the trauma that goes along with it.
or the trauma. It's appalling. So it's hello. Shouldn't there be like
There should be a comma.
a comma or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's grammatically incorrect as well.
Okay. We will pay for all the damages to the car. I like that. However,
Oh, you know that when there's a however, something else is coming, and it ain't going to be in your favor.
right, so we'll start over. We will pay for all the damages to your car. However, we have set labor rates, approved procedures, and certain cost expectations that we adhere to. There are several items listed on the last page of Nylund's estimate that are not necessary to fix your car properly.
Now, hold on a minute. This is the insurance company that's writing this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it sounds very much like they are the repair shop.
They know. And here's the best part. They give us an
Definitely.
explanation or a definition of how they know.
Oh.
So I'm going to skip right to that.
Yeah.
I work with countless repair shops on a daily basis and don't see the majority of the items requested by Nylund's on other shops' estimates. This tells me they are not required to fix the car properly. So there's your definition of what's necessary to fix a car and what's not. If you simply just looked up the procedures on how this car is to be repaired properly by the manufacturer of the vehicle, you would find all those things
Right.
that we list.
Yes. Because that's where you get your information
That's
from.
where we get the information from. So it's incredible. So then he writes, below I will go over the items requested by Nylund's estimate that we can't honor.
We
So they're
can't
not going to pay for it. This
honor.
is a nice honor.
Yeah.
What a nice word, honor.
Well, it's interesting he used the word can't
Yeah, we
instead
can't
of
honor.
won't.
Because we don't honor.
Right.
And one is about removing the door. This car, we have to paint the aperture, which we take the door off to do that, so there's no tape
No
lines. And if somebody installs paint lines on your car, they have basically re-engineered your vehicle because it didn't come from the factory with paint lines.
Right.
So it shouldn't leave with paint lines. And oh, by the way, when you go to trade that vehicle in, the first thing the salesperson's going to do, or the person appraising the car, is run their finger through the jams. And if they feel a paint line, they know it's been repaired. They just don't know how bad it was, and you're going to lose a lot of money. So that they can save money.
You're going to lose a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Hello?
Thousands. because of a paint line. We do not leave paint lines. So, yeah, he doesn't believe that is necessary. Here, this one I really like. Color tint, comma. We can pay for color tint, but we don't put it on our initial estimates unless the car has a 3-stage color, and this is negotiable with the shop once the vehicle is in the shop.
It's negotiable.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're not here to negotiate. We're here to repair vehicles.
Right.
And it's not negotiable. You have to spend hours in some cases tinting colors to make sure it's an undetectable repair.
Who is the insurance company to make conditions on how you do what you do?
No, well, they're saying this to the guest,
Right.
but they're saying it about us.
Yep.
But we started the conversation by what we can't honor.
Yeah.
And they're saying they will honor it. They just don't put it on initial estimates, unless it's a 3-stage. But they will pay it once it's in the shop. So now we're adding conditions.
Right.
And if this was your own company and they wrote that, I'd be asking, okay, where in my policy are these conditions? They're not in there. It's just people trying to strong arm you. Corrosion protection, cavity wax, trip charge. We don't include this on initial estimates. We can pay for it when it's incurred. We send many of our vehicles to dealerships to get calibrations done, and that requires a person driving your vehicle, a person driving my vehicle to go there, stand in line. Everybody knows what it's like to go to service.
Sure.
It's the same for us, like going to DMV.
Yep.
You wait, and then you tell them what you need, and then you leave there. So that could be a half hour, 45 minutes, if everything goes well.
Sure.
And then you got to drive 2 people, and drive back in my vehicle, and then do it in reverse.
Right.
But even though they know there's calibrations that need to be done on this, and they're going to get done at the dealership, we don't pay for it on the initial.
No.
Car needs to be here, and we need to incur the expense first.
Here in America, one of the phrases that we like to cite on a regular occasion is innocent until proven guilty. But this sounds like denial or ignorance, leaving it out, absence until forced.
Yeah, and then they say we can't cover this, but we can't cover this, but we do not. We can cover this, but we do not include it on our initial estimates, as not all shops charge for it.
Again, we go with popular opinion.
Yeah, it's.
And how many of all those shops that don't charge for it are on their partnership program?
Maybe. Here's a good one: pre-wash the vehicle. This is a cost of doing business. We do not pay to wash cars.
How do you feel about that, Rob?
If your vehicle comes here and it's going to be worked on in my shop, it is going to be clean, and it needs to be washed. We do not work on dirty cars. It has to be washed. It has to be degreased, because any kind of greasy, oily, Armor All, anything like that enters the shop can contaminate other vehicles. And then I got $250,000 worth of booths down there that we spray the vehicle in, the high-tech stuff, and I'm not putting a dirty car in there.
Right.
The car has to be washed, and it is not a cost of doing business. I'm not sure which, maybe it was Wharton School of Business. I don't know what business school you went to that you can assign what costs me money is my responsibility or your responsibility or the guest's responsibility. I don't know how you have any right or knowledge or background or...
It may be the Johnson School of Business.
Could be.
And that may be somebody's name at the bottom of this letter.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And we'll just hit just a couple more highlights real quick. Access OEM repair information. This is a cost of doing business. The shop is professional and should have the proper tools and knowledge to practice their trade. Well, if that's the case, then it should go the other way too. Meaning the adjuster ought to know what the hell he's talking about and not write this dribble. You should be educated, right?
Right.
And if it's a cost of doing, if everything is a cost of doing business to this gentleman, then I need a raise in my cost of doing business.
That's a new line item.
Yeah. It's just, here's how we show how dumb the guy is. Disconnect the battery. We don't include on original estimates, but this is allowable on a supplement if there is welding involved in the repairs, as the electrical current from a welder could damage the car's electrical components. That is true. But way before we get to welding anything, we disconnect things. So anything electrical that gets disconnected, whether it's a taillight or a headlight,
A sensor.
or you take the bumper off and you have the sensors in it, anybody that knows how to fix cars properly or assess damage knows every manufacturer says disconnect the battery
Turn the
before you
battery off.
disconnect any, and there's a procedure for even disconnecting the battery.
You bet.
And there's a procedure for reconnecting it and certain initializations that have to happen after you hook the battery back up,
Right.
depending on what vehicle and what options you have in it. So, we make comments in here like they could use soft sockets or tools to prevent marring.
We don't make those comments. They make these comments.
Yeah, I mean, soft sockets.
I don't know what a soft socket
John
is.
Dunn, do you have any soft sockets? I'm just wondering. I'm going to check with Snap-on Tools and see if I can get a set of soft sockets so
Pretty
that
sure
we
you're not
can
gonna-
disassemble a car and not damage any bolts.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to find soft sockets.
Maybe you should send your insureds to driving school so they don't create this damage and you don't have to worry about the soft sockets. Anyway. Applied disaffected. We're still treating cars for the effects of COVID. We're treating them not only for our guests but for our employees.
Sure.
They say we paid for that during the peak of COVID but no longer cover this. So COVID is over,
According to Say Insurance.
but everything I hear on 9 News is that they're spiking all over the country. So, I don't know. Doesn't seem like whatever. Don't get worried about these letters. If you're going to a body shop that is reputable and that is going to fix your car truly properly, they're going to know how to deal with this. This person has a lot of options. It's painful. You should not have to go through this.
Right.
But
It seems to be the way it is.
we see these letters coming more ferociously than ever before.
Yeah.
They're written by people that have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to repairing a vehicle. They're very good on the insurance side,
Sure.
which means we're not going to pay.
Well, the adjuster's job is to adjust the estimate.
Down.
Down,
Yeah,
right?
we've already shown you, a video from an adjuster. Maybe you can link that in here from Geico. But don't get upset over these. If you go to the right shop, they're going to go to bat for you and help these people understand better. You can always contact the Department of Insurance and say, hey, what's going on here? Is this really the way it should be working?
Right.
They hit me. I'm the victim.
Right.
And they'll advocate for you. In some extreme cases, you may have to just pay to have the work done and sue the insured that hit you.
Get it recovered.
Personally.
Yeah.
And this person, because their asset has been damaged and is no longer even perfectly fixed, it's never going to be the value it was before the accident.
Right.
Because it's going to land up on Carfax, and you go to trade it in, they're going to see Carfax, and that's going to cost you money. So you're entitled to diminished value.
I was going to
We
mention.
can help you through that. And sometimes when we do the diminished value claims, not us, we point you in the direction of somebody to help you with that. They'll add on to it any discrepancy, because basically you're suing the insured for the value loss
Right.
in your vehicle. And if the insurance company didn't pay their balance, then you add that onto it as well, because it's great they had insurance, but they're still liable for the claim.
Yeah, you are owed money in the event that somebody hits you and your car has diminished value.
Yes.
And so I will link an article that we've written. We've got several on our website in the description box below. But diminished value is a real thing and certainly should be considered in a situation like this.
Don't get yourself upset over these letters. Send them to the shop. Let them help you through it. And, naturally that's what we'll be doing. But just, if I got a letter like this, I'd be drilling a hole in the ceiling. I'd be so mad. Calm down. These people, they know not what they write.
But they know exactly what they're doing.
Yep. And we'll help you through those things and make sure you get your car fixed properly.
There you go. Find somebody that you can trust. Find somebody that doesn't have a relationship with those insurance agents or companies, and get the job done right. Hey, man, I really appreciate this, and thanks for bringing this to our attention.
Yep.
God forbid any of you get into an accident, but if you do, find somebody who's going to advocate for you, and don't let these guys bully you.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. Rob,
happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks so much again for tuning in. Have an amazing week.